radio.com.
And having worked on a lot of sets, one of the good things about this particular job is that the cast genuinely likes each other. I've been on sets before where the girls don't speak, and it's real icy when you come in there. You're like, oh girl, on TV it look like y'all just having fun, and they're not always. So the fact that we really do like each other, I like everybody except for Karuchi. I love her, but she just likes to be annoying. But we let her be annoying. But we really have so much fun between takes that by the time we get to the material, it's like, oh yeah, we were here working. So I love the fact that my job is fun. Don't get me wrong, it is a lot of work, but when you are doing the thing you love to do, oftentimes it shouldn't feel like work.
And what I love about this show also is that there's so many directions it can go. It's just like when you think you've gotten to the point where the plot is deep, it just gets deeper and deeper and deeper. Can we continue to expect those kinds of twists and turns, or will there be I guess elements of the show that seem like it's a little bit more obvious about what direction it's going?
I don't think you can plan for the obvious. So it's always something that I think is going to take you in a direction. And I think that this season you can find out a little bit more about the characters. You're going to be able to lean into, we all have a storyline this season that lets you know a little bit more about why we move the way we move and how we are and all of that good stuff. And I also will say about Destin, season 1, I felt like she was trying to get out from under. Season 2, she leaning all the way in. Yeah, she's leaning in a different way, so this is going to be interesting. What's your question?
Okay, so my question is, I appreciate as a grown woman the sex scenes a lot on television, and I think it's important for us to see healthy sexual representations on TV. How do you guys prepare for the sex scenes?
Wow.
I guess we all know how that works, right?
No, how it works, knock it off. How it works for me, if I'm in a sex scene, I can't speak for how other people prepare, but for me, I usually take the actor that I'm working with to the setting, fully clothed, and I'm like, we just talk through the choreography. I'm gonna put my leg right here. You put your arm right there. Wait a minute, if we did this, what if we did? Shut up. And then after we're comfortable, then we bring in the director and say, are you okay with this choreography? And that's how I do it. But I will tell you, it's not an easy thing to do, because think about the thing that you do in private. Now you're doing it with people in the room, cameras, light shining in your face, somebody coming in to pat your face down because you done got hot laying underneath somebody. It is not, and then you have to make it look so believable. And if it really looks real, that means you did your job right. But it's not easy.
Not sexy at all.
You got these. She said, have I taken anything from the role in terms of being the boss, or is that part of who I am? I feel like it's already a part of who I am. And if you are a leading lady, that implies that you have something about you that people want to follow. So how do you lead with decorum and power, but at the same time get things done and not make people feel a way, and using your words correctly. You know what I mean? So I don't know that I've totally mastered it, but I absolutely try. And I don't think, it's the way that I was saying before. You can't be a boss and not be able to help people. You miss it, because sometimes people think it's always, I'm about to tell you what the and that's not always it. There's sometimes you might have to invite somebody to have a glass of Act Right, but it's not always that. Because that's the reason why I'm talking about trying to empower other people and employ other people. You understand what I'm saying? When I was doing Clean House, and some of y'all might go all the way back with me to Clean House days.
Yes, all right.
When I started on Clean House, I was the only African American in front of the camera and also behind. But by the time I left there 9 seasons later, I got up to say, I'm Niecy Nash and this is Clean. It looked like a damn plantation. It was so many black people, I was like, I did it! More than it being about, look what I did for 9 seasons, it was a boss move to be like, no, this network needs diversity even behind the cameras. You understand what I'm saying? So, yeah, it's a duality to being a boss. You gotta make sure you ride it on both sides.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
We have a hand in the back waving. I'm going to get up. Oh, you have someone already. Okay, all right.
Niecy, you are just an incredible actress. I was your stand-in for the Selma film.
Oh, yeah, you were?
Yeah. So I want to know some tips or advice you would give to actresses. I'm not going to say aspiring, but you've done humorous roles as well as serious roles, and a lot of people think it's easy. So could you give some tips?
The first thing that I would tell you if you're an actor is to know the difference as to whether or not it's the call on your life or a hobby. Because you're going to approach that thing very, very differently. If it's a call on your life, you walk that thing out no matter what. No matter if you got to cry all the way to an audition where you got to be funny, no matter if you got to work 16-hour shift and then get off work and do music, it's the no matter what of it all. If that's the call on your life. And then the other thing I will say is to be a prepared place. Because what has happened right now is a lot of people think that you can go through a microwave. Reality TV has kind of made people think it can happen right now. And you can do reality TV, but that's a different skill set. You know what I mean? So you got to know what do you aspire to do and do that. You know what I mean? If you really want to do reality TV, then get over there and do that. If you really want to do scripted work, do that. And you just stay on the path. The devil only got one job. Kill, steal, and destroy. And a lot of people think that's a literal death. But if he kills your dream, if he kills the essence of the thing and the desire in your mind, then he's already got you. And that's why it's not called mama esteem and them esteem and us esteem. It's called self-esteem because it's what you believe. And that's the thing that you walk out every day.
Wow. Let them use it.
Is that the last one, that last hand right there?
We actually, that was supposed to be the last one. I'm just trying
Well,
to
can he
think.
go last?
Okay, he can go last.
He's been having this hand up for a while.
All right.
Good evening, thank you. I have a daughter who just got into drama school. She worked really hard to get in. But now that she's gotten into the school, she's overwhelmed by the experience. She's going through, I guess, what's called imposter syndrome, that maybe she's not supposed to be there. And so my question to any one of you is, have you ever had an experience in your industry where you felt overwhelmed by the blessing and there was some self-talk that you came up with to get you through?
I had a argument with my ex-husband on the way to go be funny. I drive across town crying my eyes out. I pull up on the lot, and I was used to going to auditions because I walked in and I didn't know any of the girls. It's like coming in here with all these girls right here, like, hey girl, how you doing? Sign our name, sit down. This was the first time after a big fight I walked into an audition and I recognized every girl. It was Tashina Arnold, who played Pam on Martin. It was Tisha Campbell. It was Essence Atkins. They were all there. All the girls who you know from 90s TV was in this room. I walked in, I had a moment, and I immediately turned around and I walked right back out. And I had a moment. I was like, why are they in there? What is going on? I'm used to not recognizing nobody. And the Spirit of the Lord spoke to me in that prayer, and he said, if you believe where I'm taking you, these women are your peers. I said, wait a minute. Oh God, you gonna do me like that? And I pulled up and I went back in there. See, because the enemy will play a trick on you. God will place you somewhere because the devil can't stop the blessing. You're placed. But the enemy will try to attack your mind to make you think you don't deserve to be where you are. And here's the thing about that. It don't have to be on paper that it makes sense. Because you gave your cousin money back in 93 when she was struggling, because you sat up there and you know you gave half of your food to somebody who you know didn't have it. Because I took my flip-flops off because I saw a lady who was homeless and didn't have no shoes and gave them to her. Pumpkin, let me fast forward you right to the front of this line. See, because sometimes you get paid back indeed from seeds that you sowed a long time ago. So you tell your baby to hold on right where she is and just plant herself. Dig a little deeper. She'll be all right.
Yep.
Yes, let them have it.
I know that, girl, you might as well drop it. You might as well just drop it. Y'all ain't even got nothing to say, huh?
No, I will say, you know, like, you think about the trades, right? You think about a carpenter uses a hammer and a saw and nails. Actors, you know what our tools are? Vulnerability and emotions. So what your daughter is dealing with is she's probably getting in touch with those tools, and it makes you feel crazy sometimes, because that's what we're doing as actors. We're walking around with our nerves just out in front of us like this all the time. And so they get banged around and they get bashed around. And that's what we have to do, you know? So you tell her that that's actually normal. We deal with those kind of vulnerabilities and feeling out of place every day. And if she sits in her discomfort, she's gonna be a better actor.
Fellas, do y'all have anything to add?
It's a woman's show.
I think those are all good points. You really have to tap into what makes you special, and we're all unique that way. And we really appreciate the uniqueness and how special this show is. Give it up again for the cast. Of course, Carrie Preston, Jack Kesey, Niecy Nash, and Jimmy Jean Louise. Thank you so much.